where am I gonna get the comfort that I need from? Because these chips made me feel real good, or this food made me feel really good. And it was really rough the first week or two. I actually cried and had anxiety because what's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday, happy end of August. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. As you can see, I was not prepared for this. I got my Sunday makeup on, but my Sunday clothes on. And I knew if I were to try to set up the tripod and get ready to do a video, it would just be a whole thing, and I'm not trying to make it a whole thing, all right? So I know though that I think last week I posted, if y'all wanted to hear about my story of the impact of my last fitness venture, and a lot of you said yes. So that's what I'm on here for. Started thinking about it as I was writing right now. I was like, let me just do it now. So I think it was last month. It was for the month of June. The month of July, pretty much. I had done this workout program, and this was the first time in a very long time, years, that I started restricting my calories again and counting my macros. I had not done that for years because I had a traumatic experience doing it when I was in my last year of college and doing a bodybuilding competition. It was just a lot, to the point where it got unhealthy because I did the competition, and at the end of it I didn't really go back into it well, and it turned into binge eating, and then having to regroup from that, and it was a lot. But I've been taking steps over the years and finally got to a space mentally, physically, emotionally that I can restrict my calories and it not feel like a restriction. It feel like a goal again. And as I was ready, I forgot, or actually, as I started getting into it, I didn't recognize, or I recognized that I was using food as a coping mechanism. When I would get home, had those chips, those tortilla chips and salsa, and watch my Netflix, and I was good. And so when I could no longer do that after a long day at work, I was like, oh my gosh, where am I gonna get the comfort that I need from? Because these chips made me feel real good, or this food made me feel really good. And it was really rough the first week or two. I actually cried and had anxiety because of me not having that outlet to be able to get comfort. And I didn't want to get comfort from physical places. I ain't just trying to lay up with nobody or anybody, period, right? And that goes back to my love language being physical touch. I don't have the people around me that I would usually hug or hang out. I don't have that full community out here yet. And so, I'm not getting that physical touch, and I'm I don't want to go down that road. Lord, help your girl out. And so I had to cry it out. And man, it was rough. It was really, really rough. But after the second week, I felt so much better, and I saw it reflect in other areas. My discipline, and this has always been a thing for me, my fitness is a gateway of discipline in all areas of my life. And so when I'm disciplined in my fitness, then I see that reflect in other areas of my life. And man, it helped me so much to not get in certain spaces that I knew I didn't want to be in. And because I had a plan that I had to follow, or that I wanted to follow, it made me follow through in other areas. Like, nah, this isn't what I'm doing because this isn't a part of who I am or what I wanted to. Versus before, I'm like, maybe I'll explore it a little. We're here. And that got me into trouble. Not trouble, but it led me down a path of where I looked at myself. I'm like, nah, this is not who you are. This is not who you have been, nor this is not who you desire to become. So, yeah. Why am I saying all of this? I'm saying this to say, one, fitness is a gateway for discipline and faithfulness to what you want to be faithful to. I want to be faithful to who I am becoming. I want to be faithful to who I see God has called and created me to be. And yeah, that's one. And two, man, looking at your life and asking yourself, where am I gaining my comfort? Meaning, like, if this was taken away from me, how would it make me feel? Sometimes people feel like that with social media. I felt like that multiple times. And when I recognize, like, I don't want to give something up, that there's the point where I'm like, oh, I need to give this up because I don't want to give it up. And being honest and real with yourself and creating a plan around you, if you do choose to like fast or restrict yourself from those things that bring you comfort that you don't want to be a source of comfort for you. Creating a plan around you. For me, I had friends that I could call on, like, yo, this is how I'm feeling and it's frustrating. And man, being able to like cry out to God, like, God, your word says that you would be my comforter. So please come in this space and comfort me like you were actually here. But after that month of training, as I was in LA, I had done that month of training because I wanted to prepare for going to LA and just feel good and look good at the same time. And I remember laying on the beach and I was just writing out about how the decisions that I made prior to coming to LA was, preparation. It was what I had decided to do prior to that made me feel good where I was in that moment. And so recognizing that the decisions that I'm making along every day, every year, the decisions that I'm making are preparing the life that I'm setting myself up for. And so keeping that in mind, because I'm the one in control. I say this often, we are who we choose to become. And especially in those difficult moments, those are the moments that are choosing what we are going to become, and what our life is going to become. So yeah, keep that in mind. And so as I'm coming in the second round of training that I'm doing, as I'm preparing for my birthday now, 30 coming up November 3rd, take note. I came in a lot better. Like, I knew what was coming, although I was out in LA, like eating all the foods and all the things and not really exercising. I already had in mind what I was going to do and what it felt like already. And so I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can do this. I'm off. This is the end of my first week. And this time I decided to challenge myself with waking up early at 6 a.m. Like, that's my appointment at 6 a.m. because why not? Why not? There's so many benefits to waking up early. And why was I not waking up early? And that's another thing. That's another reason why I hadn't been waking up early for years. I'd been burned out from waking up at 4 a.m., not going to bed till 10 p.m. and be working all in between, and it just burning me out and not wanting to do it anymore. Like, I barely ever woke up with an alarm out here. It's about 10 months. And grateful that God has given me that rest, but like, all right, I'm rejuvenated and I'm ready, and not try to like take advantage of the space that God has given me to be able to rebuild myself. again, these are things that I've always wanted to do, things that I've always been passionate about. And when you put yourself in a place where you get burned out, you're no longer passionate about it. That's why it's so important, why I'm very adamant now about self-care and rest and not overexerting yourself, because that's not the life that God wants for us, not the life that He has for us. And man, just getting out of the mindset of what culture has placed in us, or the people around us, or ourselves. Yeah, so I hope that this encouraged you in your fitness journey and any journey that you're trying to embark on, that it would encourage you to maybe rest. It would encourage you to rise up and discipline yourself in areas that you haven't done in a long time, that it would encourage you to really ignite the passion within you that wants to do X, Y, and Z, for God, for your family, for your life, whatever it is. I really hope that it encouraged you in one way or another. That's all I got for y'all. I love you guys. I hope that I'll be on here soon. I love sharing these things. That's it. I'm gonna leave it there. Remember that you can do all things through Christ.